everyone, it's Heather, the Butterfly Effect plant-based weight loss. And today is Wednesday, so that must make it weigh-in Wednesday. And that's the day that I come on here and I make a video and I weigh in about what's going on in my life and I weigh in about what's going on the scale. And I am really happy because last week and the week before, I had gains on the scale. I had gone up a half a pound each week, which was not terrible, but not the right direction, right? Like I want to get this weight off. And so that was just, like slightly discouraging. Not discouraging enough for me to take massive action, but discouraging, right? So this week I took that pound back off and it had a friend to join it. So I took 2 pounds off. So going back in the right direction now. And that makes me feel really great. And I thought I would talk today about self-care. As you can probably tell, I got my hair cut. And this is the first haircut I have gotten since I went into lockdown, probably even before that. But definitely, I did not go to get my hair taken care of at all during any of the lockdowns. So since last year in March, at least, and it was probably even before that, because I don't get that frequent of haircuts. One of the reasons I have this style to my hair, which is just like a chin length bob or shoulder length bob, is because it looks kind of okay as it grows out, and all I really have to fool around with is my bangs. And so I don't get haircuts that often. It's actually a money saving thing that I do, but when I do get them, I just feel like $100 made me feel so good. And it's really neat because this year my daughter sent me money for the haircut as her Valentine. And so that was a sugar-free Valentine. And I always suggest that it's important to think of things to do to make yourself feel good, or to treat yourself, to celebrate yourself, to do self-care that don't involve using food as a crutch, right? Another Valentine I got, that's another thing that wasn't food, and I love the little package it came in, but I kind of smashed it up a little bit. But this is from one of my very best friends named Joyce. I'm trying to do this one-handed because I'm holding up the iPad. I don't have a tripod for my iPad, so I'm just holding it up. And that's why it's so wiggly today. Sorry about that, friends. Got one on order. But anyway, what this is, isn't it so pretty? So it's a set. Let me show you the whole thing first. On here is a dragonfly. Maybe I can take the ribbon off. I think it's got just a piece of washi tape. But my wonderful friend grows herbs and makes like herb blends and stuff and sells them at a farmer's market. And she makes bouquets and sells those at a farmer's market. And she also is really gifted at making wonderful soaps. So what this is it's a soap that has a neat dragonfly on it. Oh, I just got something on it. Shoot, that wasn't on there. All right, it's a soap that has a cool dragonfly on it. And then she also knitted me this little scrubby thing that is, it's got like a scrubby, they call it scrubby. The yarn is called scrubby. It's obviously a vegan scrubby yarn. But the cool thing is that this is not to wash your body. This is to wash your dishes. So what you do is you get the scrubby thing really wet, and then you put it on the top of the bar, and you let it just kind of sit there for a little bit to soften up. And then you rub the surface with your scrubby thing, and then you use it to clean your dishes. And it's a plastic-free way of washing your dishes. and she put some nice, shea butter in there and some other things and wonderful essential oils. So it smells really nice. So that's another, you know, candy free, sugar free way of treating yourself. And the neat thing is, every time I wash the dishes, every time I scrub my dishes, I'm going to be reminded of my lovely friend and how thoughtful she was. So I've been thinking of things like that because always in the past, when I wanted to treat myself, it always involves some kind of, you know, treat, or at least, a thing I could do, a place I could go, some kind of an adventure, or someone I could visit. And all of that's been out because of COVID. So I'm just thinking of other things. Another thing that I did that I really had fun doing, and it's just so simple, is I re-listened to all the Harry Potter books on Audible, and just listened to them straight through. Because when I read the Harry Potter books, I read them with my daughter when she was a little girl, until, she was a teenager, because it took a while to come out. And there was always a gap between the books. And then the movies are okay, but they're a little bit dark for me. I prefer to I prefer to read, especially if there's scary stuff's going on or people are attacking each other. I prefer to read that rather than see it visually. Just too impactful for me. So that was really fun, just listening to all the Harry Potter books. And I'd love to hear what you do when you want to do a special treat for yourself. Um, we have to think of ways that don't involve food, and pretty soon we're going to be able to do our adventures again. Another thing that I did to treat myself, and that has been really wonderful, and I'm so glad that I did, was I bought all of the replays of the summit, The Truth About Weight Loss. And I bought them early on so that I knew that I was going to have all of them. And that way I didn't feel like I had to rush to try to absorb everything as it was going on. I just enjoyed the summit as it was happening. And then I knew that I had all of the replays. And so I've been listening to those. I really like those for just, sometimes I don't even watch them. I just want to have them playing while I do something else, while I do a craft, or while I clean out a drawer, or I'm cooking. I'm listening to the summit and getting all re-inspired all over again. So that's a treat that I gave myself, and I'm really happy that I did that. So I'd love to hear from you. What are your special things that you do for yourself that don't involve food now? Do you take a nice bath? People, that's the cliche one, is take a bath or do your fingernails or get a massage. Well, COVID's made it so we can't do some of our bodywork massage stuff that we used to do. So just want to hear from you what you're doing. Hope you're doing great. This is kind of a short one. I don't have that much going on, but I wanted to check in and tell you that the scale's going in the right direction again. I'm really motivated. I thank you, Summit, for getting me motivated again, but moving everything in the correct direction. And it's sunny outside. It's beautiful out there. Can't wait to get my garden going. And I love you all, and I will talk to you next week.